Battle Mode is a hot new competitive game mode coming to Marvel Snap in just a few short weeks, and today we got some brand new details about the mode. So if you're ready to see all of the latest on this new mode coming very shortly to Marvel Snap, then you know what to do. Find that like button, let's go snap it!
ValleyFlyin.
Hello Snap fans, welcome back to the Valley Snap channel. I am ValleyFlyin and I hope you're having a great day. In this video, we're talking all about the brand new competitive game mode coming very shortly to Marvel Snap, Battle Mode, and it looks very fun where you can compete up against one of your friends. We're talking about all about what we know so far and the brand new details that were released today. But before you do that, if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button for more great Marvel Snap content. There's at least 5 Marvel Snap videos per week on this channel, but news like this, gameplay, decks, and a lot more to help your Marvel Snap experience. But let's go right in and talk about this brand new mode, and the new details we got about Battle Mode are over on here, blog.unity.com. I'm going to post a link for you down below in case you want to check this out yourself. Just released today from Kent Eric Hagman, and if we scroll down, says as Second Dinner puts the final touches on this new feature, the studio's associate design director, Kent Eric Hagman, shared some deeper insights about the new game mode. Now, we did get some previous information about Battle Mode in a video from Second Dinner, and this is a competitive mode where you can play against another player using the same deck over and over. And to get matched with that player, you're gonna need a code. So you're gonna need to know that player in order to play them. It's not just gonna be some random opponent. And there's no cubes at stake, which is really, really good because there's a new deck that you wanna try out, some new strategies that you wanna try out. Well, you don't have to risk you losing your cubes. Just go to Battle Mode, play your friend, and you could lose some bragging rights and all that stuff, but you're not gonna lose or win some precious cubes there. Now, each player are gonna start with 10 health. And if you lose health in the game, it's just like losing cubes in the normal Marvel Snap game. So health is equated to cubes, and each player is going to have 10 of these to start with. Now, so for example, if you played a game where you would have lost 4 cubes, well, that's equivalent to losing 4 health in Battle Mode. And once your health goes down to 0, well, you lost the game. Or once somebody's health goes down to 0, the game is over and there is a winner. There's no ties in Battle Mode. There's only winners and losers. Now, they did say that, but I do believe that that's for the entire mode. I think your individual matches, if all those locations are tied, you'd still tie that individual battle, but not the overall battle in Battle Mode. And it's going to be some interesting strategies because you and your opponent are going to play against each other with the same deck over and over. So you'll know what deck they're running and you'll know some of their strategies. It's going to be very interesting. You're not going to be able to surprise them with a leader or some Cosmo play or like a Silver Surfer deck at the end. You could, you're going to see what deck they have. So scrolling further down, some of the more information from this blog post. When designing Marvel Snap, it was absolutely critical to us to make the most fun, accessible card battler ever. We want a card battler where everyone could get into this, and more people than ever can experience just how fun card games are, and that is me. I've not played a card game, a real card game before this. I've not played a mobile or a digital card game before this. This is my first one. I'm loving it here. But that was the beginning. We wanted an ultra competitive way to play against friends, something that takes gameplay, bluffing, and mind games to the next level. Yeah, especially knowing each other's decks. Enter the newest game mode, Battle Mode. It's funner, more competitive way to play Marvel Snap. What is Battle Mode? Well, we ran over some of that a little, but we'll read it here. Battle Mode pits 2 opponents against each other through multiple rounds. Each player starts with 10 health, and instead of cubes at stake is the amount of damage the winner is going to do to losers. And when you deplete your opponent's health to 0, you win. So cubes is equal to health, and each of you have 10 of those. In Battle Modes, the stakes are front and center. Every snap and retreat takes extra meanings, so every point of health is critical to remaining alive. Yeah, you don't want to die in this. You're going to lose your bragging rights against your friend. Further, each player's decks is locked into for the duration of battle. So yeah, you're going to start with the same deck and end the battle with the same deck, and kind of switch your decks in between. And they might be aware of your sneaky tricks you're hiding. Keep track of what cards you have in your deck that you haven't been seen by your opponent and make a difference in whether you can squeeze out an extra snap. So yeah, if you're running like a Silver Surfer deck and all your battles you don't get lucky and pull Silver Surfer, you don't play that Silver Surfer, well, they're not going to know what you have, and then you could maybe snap at the end of one of those big battles for a bunch of health to steal away from your opponents. All right, when coming up with a more competitive head-to-head format for Marvel Snap, it was critical for us to keep the ability to bluff and tactically retreat. If anything, it was important that we bring these elements to the forefront. We knew that over a series of games, the mind games of learning and anticipating what was in your opponent decks and their specific playstyle was something that would add a ton of fun. Pure joy in knowing what they'll do or what you'll think or feint off in a different direction is awesome. That's what I love about Marvel Snap. Finally, it was really important to have a mode where it's clear who the winner and loser was. In a normal match, there's a lot of wiggle room for just how many cubes you win or lose. We wanted a definitive winner. Yeah, so sometimes there's that saying that's been all over the place now. Sometimes when you win and only win 1 cube, it feels like a loss because you could have done better. Sometimes when you lose and only lose 1 cube, it feels like a win because you could have done a lot worse. So yeah, it's not very clear who the winner or loser is, but it will be in battle mode. Cubes you win or lose and we wanted that definitive winner. There's no ties in battle mode aside from providing who is the best from amongst your friends. This will unlock the ability for community to run Marvel Snap tournaments. How excited are you for some tournaments that you could play in Marvel Snap, playing against your friends or some other people online just for some bragging rights for all that stuff, or maybe some real world prize or something like that. These tournaments, we don't even have them yet, but I'm starting to get ideas. What do you want to see from tournaments? Let me know in the comments, guys. All right, so this is some of the newer things that we have here. Learning from the mistakes along the way. While developing battle mode, we tried some things and ended up not quite working. We tried a bunch of different health values. We tried a mode where the Reality Stone transformed cards in your hand before each game. Developing in Unity, it was super easy to jump in and try out wild new ideas. Early on, we saw players play no cards in game 1 or 2 to scout their opponent's decks, paying a couple of health to gain critical information, and back then health pools were much larger, so a couple of health meant very little. As we lowered the health to those first couple games, they make a big difference. So you may still want to kind of slow play some of your hand to kind of see what your opponent is doing, to have some advantage in some of those later battles, especially if they don't know what you have and you know what they have. So as far as the time that it's going to take for each battle, the battle mode takes about 20 minutes. An early playtest between two players who retreat back and forth for a series of 1 health games. It did take much longer. So it could be shorter than 20 minutes, could be longer than 20 minutes, but there is a system designed to mitigate these battles from going too long. To keep battles around 20 minutes, we added high stakes rounds. These will kick in starting at round 5, and high stakes round will start the stakes at 2 damage, so it's much more deadly. Yeah, so it's like somebody's already snapped right in the beginning after you get through turn 5. Another thing we learned, that if players took some early beats and were 1 away from running out of health, they could snap with impunity, since it didn't matter if you ended up 0 or -6, because death is death. So that's very interesting. So this is how they mitigated that. We wanted to reward players for early victories, so now you cannot deal more damage than you have health remaining. So in this scenario, if you only had 1 health remaining, the most damage that you could do to your opponent is 1. So it's kind of like poker in that sense. You can't bet for more than you have. It means coming from behind is possible, but those early victories aren't irrelevant, and the bluffing aspect of Snap remains intact since your opponent cannot risk the health that they do not have. So I like that. I like that indeed. We're just getting started. At launch, battle mode will only allow players from the same matchmaking region to play against each other. We're working on global matchmaking, and that will come a bit later. So keep that in mind, guys. If you're already preparing to challenge some of your friends and they're in different global regions, you may not be able to play with them, at least in this first iteration of battle mode. Wrapping it up, we're very excited to get battle mode out to everyone as soon as possible. This has been a true labor of love. Can't wait to see how players enjoy this first cut of battle mode. And let me know what you're most looking forward to about battle mode. Is it the ability to play without risking cubes? Is it the ability to test out these decks? Is it the ability to play with your friends? Because matchmaking is kind of all over the place now. So there's a lot of things that I like about this game mode. I'm looking forward to this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and it gives you some information that you can start to prep for this game mode right now. now. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Check me out on social media. Check out some of the other videos down below, and let me know what other type of videos you want to see on this channel. I will see you guys next time. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Hulk fist bump. ValleyFlyin out. Have a great one, guys.